democracy. Radio democracy. For news, views, and entertainment. The true voice of the people. Radio D, to you there's no equal.
Second to none. Radio D, you're still number one.
You are the voice of the voiceless. You are the choice of the voiceless.
Real.
Sure. Yeah.
Check it out. Check it.
You did teach and preach, but good governance.
Real.
You want to see we country advance. You not get party, stand for democracy. You give everybody a chance.
98.1.
Radio democracy. Radio
For
democracy.
news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
To the program Midday Show, where they come to you from the Society for the Democracy 98.1 FM, and we say on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl. Mina Karifa to content where they bring this edition of Midday Show come to you. Like all time inside this program, we get plenty news, information, and entertainment. So there with me for the next 1 hour. You can be part of the program by way of sending a comment or text message to the number 077-981-981, or self you go on Radio Democracy Facebook page. The program now Midday Show and they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program, we look at the first issue. The chairman for the Elders Council for Development na the Dokoti Community, Western Area Urban, Robert Salia Koroma say the every year support when they can get to deserving school picking at the Dokoti community now part of the effort for develop this community through education. Robert Salia Koroma talk this when they go and over school material them like bag, uniform, geometry sets and other educational supports to over 50 school picking at the Dokoti community in Freetown. We report our Lamin Kebe Getman gonna report.
By now, it clear say no country or society no go develop without access to affordable and quality education. With this private institution, community-based organization, self don't they provide educational support to less privileged them now the community where they fend themselves. With this, make the Elders Council for Development, na the community, na Freetown, go and over scholarship and other school material them, like bag, book, geometry sets, to school picking them, na this community, the chairman for the Elders Council for Development, Robert Salia Kamara, been talk more about this support.
This year's scholarship will provide bags, books, pen, geometry sets, and uniform, then with them academic fees as well. This is a model where we don't see say by the time we then picking the so if then continue for perform and then continue for meet that criteria, the Elders Council by the powers of the Almighty go ready for support them to university. Because we see say this could be with footprint. We want to see them picking the so tomorrow. Let them become doctors, lawyers, engineers, and big people in the society where they go always ready back for give to the society.
Robert Salia Kamara continue for talk about the method where they use for select beneficiary them from the Elders Council for Development every year.
The model where we use this year, once we don't give them now 5 items them, we give them this particular moment. Then after that, we continue for monitor them. We go to the schools them from time to time. We visit them, interact with them, teachers them, and know how they do na school. Because we want to encourage them picking their for they not only we can't give them one-off scholarship, but we want to encourage them, let them go all them book, then with one so that by the end of the year, where results will come out, then go perform well and they will stand a chance for get another scholarship.
We then different support, democracy, turn the mic to school kingdom, women benefits, and at this, then we get for say.
Well, I feel happy and at the same time I feel blessed for such a great opportunity. Okay, I want to first of all tell Ella's Council for Development plenty thank you for such a great spirit of playing in my life and my fellow beneficiaries. I can receive books, bags, and general t-shirts.
My name is Saliu Sise. I'm attending the Dokoti Islamic Primary School. I receive book, bags, general t-shirts, pen.
Then school pikin be end up for call on stakeholder them. Now the Dokoti community for their support, for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mohamed Lamin Kebe the report.
The program now made a show it comes to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And inside the program, I want to welcome my studio guest, when Dr. Samuel Henry Coker, and the founder for the Global Foundation Network, as in there so today for talk about the effects of kush and substance abuse among school-going people. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, listeners. Thank you so much for welcoming me here.
Okay. The program made a show they continue, and today inside the program, as another year, we dey look at the effects of kush and substance abuse among school-going people. So before we come to the topic, let's talk about Global Foundation Network. Give you a small background of the network and waiting as some of the things we una don't do.
Yeah, the Global Foundation Network has been in existence for the past 7 years. And when I established as a foundation, non-governmental organization, my first intervention was looking at the drug and substance abuse we done rampant now before it even reached to this climax. What you look at. So initially, when we started about 5-6 years ago, decided for bringing a representative from the police, the military, even ONS, and also part of Ministry of Social Welfare. Train them and some other CSO train them for me to do assessment survey all over Salone for we know actually waiting at these drugs we picking at the take where people in the take because it be just start by then everybody be confused so nobody actually know the right drugs. So after that assessment survey they realize this kush is a substance of different components and we then put together. And we begin for do certain documentaries and where they show how this kush don't they destroy we people in Sierra Leone. And when we do this documentary about 3 years ago, the documentary we cover what in the happen in Salone. We move again to Liberia, try for cover what in the happen there because if it happen in Salone, it might be happening also in Liberia. But what will be look at how it happen in Liberia and what in the measure we then put in place for Takula. We go again to Guinea, we did the same, and I even travel to Nigeria for see waiting drug fights look like they, come back salo with all those evidences. Because for me, when we come back as a foundation, we realize, in them countries and they actually drug and substance abuse, they happen there, you understand? But in all the magnitude like Sierra Leone. And also in Sierra Leone, we realize, from the evidence video we get adolescents and children where they into drug and substance abuse for even 7 years old. Then they into and they are not even shy about it, they talk openly. Then we also realize the method way that they use in Liberia and Guinea, even Nigeria for fight drug trafficking is different from which we use in Sierra Leone. Then get a sector, an agency, like for example in Liberia, then get the DEA, where now I would say now autonomous body. Then get power for arrest, then get power for detain, then get the whole system, then get them vehicles. In fact, from the border, you begin feel them presence. As you cross where the police don't check you, the immigration don't check you, now then they can screen you before you enter inside. So I begin to see the differences of the way then the fight to waiting we did do in a salon. Go to Nigeria, like Nigeria in a war, then get war against drugs. So for the smell of drugs, past then remote areas you go see them, but they trace them highly. If they suspect say drugs are around this area, they no mind for put the officer there for 1 month until they pick them out. You understand? So it's like a war. Unlike Sierra Leone, so when I come back, I say, well, no, as a foundation, we need to make the people of Sierra Leone know, we need to make the government know, say, these are some of the things we need to put in place. So
so go look at it, some of them things anyway government for put in place. Now you mentioned say una train police officer them. So what's in the training way una give them?
Well, during that training, first of all we try we're gonna two come, 2 from police, 2 from the military, also from the ONS. We try for look at what is drugs. and what is harmful drugs, because drugs of itself, you see I dey take drugs not mean saying a bad drugs you dey take, because even medication, these are all drugs. So we able for teaching the classification of drugs and how people in the abuse drugs and the different drugs and way people in the abuse. We train them on that. Then we also train them how to identify somebody when a drug addict. We also train them for make them able for see the character where somebody they into drugs, what's in the character, the way the person they possess. So we train in so many areas then, and doing that, and then the survey we do with the assessment survey we do was digital. So that was how we empower them. We ask them for go to the field, then go to the field, and we able to get a lot of evidence that we make you understand say this kush is a component of different substance apart from the one within the cow.
Okay, so waiting as one within different substance then they.
Well, some of the substance apart from the synthetic marijuana where they come, we get where we we get the formalin day. Then we also get ecstasy. We get so many things. Even this super glue, where people need use for stick.
I only they mix for me kush.
Exactly, because it's give the formula for make it become very hard. We get CO2. It's a chemical component. We get so many other things that we they inside the way very harmful to the human being of itself. Then we get the tramadol, where the one during that time and they will pick up was the 225 milligram. When in the crush into the kush, when in the takings for getting that kind flavor there. So now I make, because of them so many substances involved into them, then a sedative substance, and they make where you take you the pass off first. You have to take some time before you gain consciousness of yourself. So it was so many. We later discovered say even the human carcass they when they crush. And we also understand say because of the sometimes when they can get shortage of the supply of kush where they come, so then they use the locally produced kush where then they make an where insert very hard because it gets so many raw chemicals and when they put into it. There's a chemical where I'm not be able to forget on them, but because doing the trace over the trace, so no saying a supermarket and sell them, it's like a spray where as they spray them and they leave, so it gets a powerful thing also where then they use so many it gets so many substances where they inside. You see it's small, but you take a tip of them, it puts you off completely.
So doing the same way they do survey and the document they make, what are some of the things them way fair notes and how feel say governments for able to fit this kush and other substance there?
First of all, we find out say picking them but way they into drug and substance abuse and salo where they within the age of 7 years to 18 years, then they in a very high magnitude. In fact, if you go on our website, you will see that documentary. They see small picking them, would they interview them, they talk plainly how they take the drugs. We're gonna librarian now more of adults them, young people that we see into drugs. We're quite different. The same thing to Guinea and all the rest. And we also find out say the way in the fight the drug, like I mentioned, a different than we are when I interview the NDLA executive director, even get vehicle, even get the manpower. In Sierra Leone we get over 400 to 500. In fact, it passed 500 porous borders and we open, you understand. So if we want to fight drugs enough, we need to get a body we be empowered, then get the manpower, then get the skill, and get the tools, and get the logistics for move around in order in salon. But we find out say it in another country. Then after that we decide for do an assessment survey. Because of the number of people where we see the age, we do assessment survey. Where that survey day, we take them from the age of 7 years to 18 years. We just focus on that. Where we include schools and they for find out how many of them picking and they really they into drug and substance abuse. It be really interesting for know which will be the outcome where we do that survey day. We realize say out of the 600 to 700 schools where we do the survey where we go through with the survey, 544 schools and they where we detect say picking and they where they into drug and substance abuse. We also get evidences of kush and tramadol where we find out from principals that we then confiscate them from starting picking in a school and starting schools them. This sort of even inside Freetown, these are all over because where we do them, Bo, Kenema, Cambia, Poloko, Kailaun, we do an Kono, we do all over Salon. So we realize so many school picking and they within that age bracket we see us a day into drugs. In fact, it's an alarming rate. We don't make the number of dropouts we day within this past years is so high, because the only thing the school authorities can do now for just drive them come on at the school. So if I now say even primary school picking way they into drugs, so then kitchen they into drugs, they drive. Even some schools and the way we notice say school teachers also they aid the picking them for traffic drugs. Market too man so they can sell market, they aid them also for traffic drugs. So that alone again is a worrisome thing for we in our country, because if the picking away get for take place, then don't see drugs and substance abuse as a fascinating thing with them for the use. It's a problem. So we have been making so many calls with the government, say, hey, this is a call of concern. Why can't we do something for put an end to this thing? And Global Foundation Network is just an NGO. Now we the fund we serve, we not get that power there for go do the extra, you understand. And we also notice there are extra curriculum school activities where they support the widespread of drugs and substance abuse, where we also don't bring up, and we want for get attention with the Minister of Education for make them know say these extra curriculum activities also they spread the drug and substance abuse. Because when we interview the beginning, some they tell you say na me party na make I take drugs, some they tell you say na butterscotch me birthday be reach, then put butterscotch your school be get picnic, now they go mix something for me I take am, me no be no say na kush, but I take am no more, the thing be sweet, I begin for take am more. So you realize say this extra curriculum school activities also the aid the widespread of drug and substance abuse na schools them. And we also look at this thing where we don't remove from the educational system. We want for make the government look at and carefully waiting at the corporal punishment for see how they can harmonize them. Because if the picking and not get that within the afraid, then go do anything they for do, because they know so at the end of the day the only thing the school principal or whatever could do me and for drive me, nobody know they beats me after all. So it's so alarming for we don't make calls, several calls for make people then look at them and for make we try for see what to go put in place. Nobody come on board, but now we don't try for develop a certain project we now want to use for the next 6 months for see how we go protect picking them into schools. As I talked to you recently, we don't train over 80 social work students, and because we decide to take social work students right to the universities, train them for help we do this particular project.
Okay, so we can look at the project. Continue for the with me at the program. In name na Dr. Samuel Henry Coker, in the founder for the Global Foundation Network. As in there so today for talk about the effects of kush and substance abuse among school-going people. The program now me they show it come to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Yourself can be part of the program by way go send a comment or text message to the number 077981981, or self you go to Radio Democracy Facebook page. Inside the program now we look at another issue. Some women they sell charcoal na Freetown don't say, because plenty people now don't begin use gas, stove and electric cooker for cooking food. This make them business not they go before. Then charcoal Umaya talk this inside one interview to Radio Democracy. When them be raise concern about the charcoal business, as they say, people know they buy better charcoal again because of the gas, stove and electric cooker when they use. This then say don't make them business don't slow. For more on this, make we join reporter Fenela Edith Thompson.
Every day, the world they modernize. As the kind thing that way will be the use first time, don't change now. Something like charcoal, where today people and they use them for make fire and cook. Now, people they use gas, stove, and other electric thing them for cook easy one. But for all that, we still get some woman them where still they sell charcoal na Freetown as way for survive. But for no, how the Umaya start their charcoal business and the challenge where they can face forget them. Make I be talk to some of them woman here.
You don't say that 80 years. They don't put me in school and this school send me. And the woman I can't sell and you see profit small. Tell me begin all I did and go to school. They say 6 was.
Now only uncle 12 years. I start and pan trust. Now bush will go. People and they apply when a man then they chopper. We go there, we go trust. Then we count our free toya. We don't sell. We go apply, we go pay to the one who trust. People want to sneak them and they pass far away. For no long girl would live in. This school so they go take some of our ranches and all the face in our bush. You know, fit several women they do this business. But we're not there. A young bag on our street too. na problem.
When I upline I can go, myself can go, or I go buy with money left my can trust to and where the meeting a bush. And then say I did the above say now I don't go out in business, I for sending money. Sunday I know you will sleep at home because they don't make the obi pass a sleep there. If I come they broke the pool, so now losses for if I sleep there now, I know snake or near me, I don't know. By God in power no more. For la go me survive on Molaka, myself I meet me picking for school business. Or beside they pack the stick or make the fire. If you come on, I did the broke. So if for then you arrive, you say I broke smoke the come pass it put dirty, it locker. If not to down the losses, you cool all the two ashes. So then thing and all the go down, you wake out and back selling all the.
Beside they gonna apply, then stand up at. They go suffer, go to donor booze, or getting for you to be money. We go to eat, we left you. For that you get no easy. So they suffer till we do tonight. I would go pay, make them cut, and then would they meet and don't cut today with the trust in their hand. Because to say no more would they go sit down they take them cut with the long, but we'll go they go trust in their hand ukauta. Not so one side would they go then different side and they say no more cool day, go trust.
You just don't listen from different women them where they sell charcoal, who side them be they explain how life and business don't turn for them. But as technology they take over the world small, one thing where they afraid now that this business where then they use for feed them family, don't they less small.
Sell no day. Because right now, so many ways then they way then they use. Some people they use coal again. And some man go why use coal, but some man not get money. If I say me I need to buy coal again, they go use gas. All my force and coal they use. But now we out school like 100 bags, so they take it there 1 month. Sometimes say that 1 month say you don't for sell yourself, you don't even up and people the money. Pass you go take my credit for like you will pay deposit because if not that Sunday they go to police. Some of them come to my and do right now where their life they don't left by this whole business here soon. Because somebody they go na bush or go fet now they go catch them. Now kill no more they say so person go die na so bush.
They sell now in one pass to us who company who they meet. They sell for let them get them surviving. If you turn the market money no come up pass you be patient until get her. First I see they take out with the money, but now pass it to us sell. Now people then they use that stove, so man they use coal now. Yeah, we can go now bush and go suffer. We say we look out for survive. Or we can look out for more don't count. 2 months they stay now done.
Right now they sell the money away. Now I sell the money away like a me so I sell the 1 bag 3 days. The pansela.
Same way so, I be talk to some people for no. What it make them still they use charcoal instead of gas?
I get gas, but for you fill the bottle now, so costly that I can prefer go buy me 10 in school, I can cook immediately. Then I begin get that 250. Say how long I will get that 250? I get that I go buy that gas day. Where I want to use the cook, I want to cook now. So I just will take me 10 I go buy coal, I can cook. I'm not able to estimate and sweet because like as I say the gas goes stay long than the coal because like now coal now 120,000 for 1 bag. But you see and say if I able to afford I would prefer to use the gas than the coal because like the gas health wise a good.
Fastness I prefer gas and cleanliness also I prefer gas.
This being same for the past 2 weeks, gas not been there. Also go for the trouble for fan gas. Wow.
The gas is there. So the manager, if we want to make them quick food, we use the gas. But for now, na coal we use. Gas is fine because you not get beaucoup pressure, Panam. The coal now, say you light them, now gas a quick action. Gas you make them quick. You don't do anything for do done. But the coal pass the lighter for stay blow and say the catch.
Then people here end up calling government for reduce the price of gas so that people go left for use charcoal, where this then say they unblock the economic. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Fenela edit stunting the report.
The program na me they show they come to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Yourself can be part of the program by way go send a comment or text message to the number 077981981 or self you go na Radio Democracy Facebook page. I still get with me Dr. Samuel Henry Coker, the founder for the Global Foundation Network, as in that's what today for talk about the effects of kush and substance abuse among school-going people. So now let's look at what are the difference between the use of kush and other drug and substance abuse.
I don't know, but
because plenty tell we don't hear young people they say me I need smoke kush but I dey take ecstasy I I dey smoke jamba, then thing and this. So wetin are the
Well,
difference?
they're all sedative. In fact, that one and then a mixture of the kush. They're all a part of the kush too. So if you pull one small part of you say now you dey take, it's as well as ginger as the kush of itself. So man, they will tell you say like one picking where the principal sees the number of tramadol, now the cup will be big so. Where I get cost for ask the picking, I say well, you can take this tea where you sell among you company say yes you can take. I say almost you can take for the day. It doesn't take, you can take 3 tablets. 14-year-old girl picking a day from 3. So some people just came and fix on one side. I don't know, but the generation they turn to something like believing say if they not take the drugs, they not take them, they can't do anything for themselves. So me not see the difference because they kush get the same sedativity they take, and some they prefer take the ecstasy, some they take the tramadol, and all of these things harmful to the health, harmful to the system. So the more you take and the more it destroy you, and the amount of sodium where they inside the kush of itself now make way some of them they get the sore, it's difficult for me to saw well. They just fresh every day, and most of the one day they take kush. If you check them pocket and get poco antibiotic inside it just for cure themselves, but it's not possible because as long as you keep taking the drugs and you get that sore, it will just be fresh instead of well. So it gets a lot of health implications the way we're so bad for we picking them with society. And one interesting thing we'll pick up, especially from the girl picking them, where we find out say then they into drug and substance abuse. Out of the 1,000 some hundred where we see, out of the total survey where we do, about 60% of them are HIV carriers them. And when you ask them how you they get money, because somebody tell you say my family don't drive me, so then they left school, they lost the school, then they lost family too, because obviously any family way in picking into drugs, then they fight at some limit and then left them, because anytime we they can at the house and for can't thief things and for go. So they fight for survive. Like the girl beginning go tell you say, we the only way they do for buy this kush back because the kush na the responsibility for themselves. They need the worst, they need do anything better. It's enough for do prostitution. So imagine HIV carrier, huge number of them they na streets, they do prostitution, and you can see some young man will get the urge, say I go take a girl. So imagine how they go they spread the sick come back to people away then at their home with their family. So it's a risk for we country.
Okay, so earlier on you mentioned saying 544 school we una fair not say school picking them they really take push and other drugs them na the country. So now look at waiting at the short term and long term effects where this gets on the students there. So
well, the long term effect you get, one we get high level of dropouts. Then the long-term effect you get with population they reduce because most of them just feel say the only way it's for continue for taking drugs, even when they don't drive them at school, because they are already an addictionist. They're not getting all that thing again for thing, but for taking more and more. So we get loss of life, beginning the go, and these are generation we for come after we. Then at the same time, we get high dropout in primary and secondary schools. Not to talk of universities, because we even extend the assessment survey day. So huge number of them, and most of them picking a brilliant picking. Like one woman they were the part of we program. I can't join we because of the experience we get. Again, only boy picking where you don't the first for the body College of Medicine, a bit on the third year. The body into drugs now in the streets. The only thing he rely on now or he believe in for take drugs. So it's a concern. So now that even make we initiate this particular project to one for protect the picking in a school, for see how we able for get actors there, we get people then we for come on board for join into this project for keep them picking in a school so then go stay away from drug and substance abuse.
Okay, continue for the with me and the program. My name now Dr. Samuel Enikoka, and I'm the founder for the Global Foundation Network. As in also today for talk about the effects of kush and substance abuse among school-going people. The program now midday show, it come to a live from the Society for Ready Democracy 98.1 FM. Yourself can be part of the comment or text message to the number 077921981, or self you're gonna wear the Facebook page. Well, inside the program now, time for make we take